Are you ready to pursue your ambitions without compromising your femininity? So today we're going to be diving into the art of balancing ambitious and grace to empower you on your journey. So if you don't know me, I am Naomi Robinson, and this is the Diary of Naomi. On this channel I talk about femininity, magnetic presence, quiet power and feminine leadership, as well as so much more. Are you ready to learn the unspoken language of influence? If you are, then go and get your favourite drink, whether it's a mojito, a green tea, a hot chocolate or even a matcha. Go and get it, because today's video is one that you're not going to want to miss. So get comfortable. So today we're going to be diving into something that so many of you have been asking for. This video has been something that I've thought about making for a long time, but because I've been getting so many women asking about it, I thought I'm going to make the video. So here it is. So it seems that many of you want to know how to fully embrace your ambitions while maintaining that gorgeous feminine essence. And this isn't just another how to be successful video. Let me tell you that now. This is not it. So today we're going to be exploring the art of being both powerful and feminine in a way that feels completely authentic to you. So for many of you that don't know, on the side I create websites for companies and stuff like that. And it was only last week when I was in a meeting with a company that wanted me to do a new website for them. And it was at the point where we were kind of negotiating for prices. People are always going to try and get you down to the lowest price that they can. But I was thinking, no, I know my worth. This is what I'm charging and you're not going to get me down. They were trying to push lower and lower and I thought, no. And what I found myself doing was kind of trying to match the masculine energy that was in the room. You know, that forceful push energy that we're often told equals to success. I found myself doing that and I caught myself. And you know what I did? I consciously shifted into feminine power. Instead of forcing, I started flowing. And instead of pushing, I started attracting. And you know what happened? The entire dynamic of the meeting changed. We closed the deal at the price that I wanted. So let's talk about embracing ambition. Let's talk about ambition. Let's talk about what it actually means and how it can actually enhance your femininity and not diminish it. When I started this journey, I made every mistake in the book. Let me tell you, I made every mistake. I thought that being ambitious was about wearing the sharpest suit and the highest heels. I thought it was about speaking louder than everyone else. I thought it was about never showing emotion or vulnerability. And I basically tried to out-masculine the masculine. That's how bad it was. I thought it was all about being super tough, having that poker face, you know, showing that I was strong. And I was wrong. I was so wrong. Let me tell you how that worked out. It didn't. It actually didn't work out at all. I was exhausted, I was disconnected, and honestly, I wasn't as effective as I could have been. That's the truth. And through that, here's what I've learned about true ambition, authentic power. It's about aligning with your true nature, understanding your unique strengths, creating impact in ways that energizes you, and building success that's sustainable. So let's move on to strategic energy management. So firstly, you have to know when to push and when to pause. You need to understand the power of divine timing, because if you don't, it might not be the time to ask for that business deal. It might not be the time to ask for that partnership. You have to know when's the right time. You have to be able to read somebody and also know within yourself that this is the right time, because we all have intuition. We have that gut feeling. So we have to use all these senses within strategic energy management. And you have to use your intuition as a business tool. Us women are blessed with intuition, so we need to use it, not just in our personal relationships, but in our business relationships or in our work relationships. And we also have to create results through attraction and not force. We don't have to force anything as women. We are gifted with attraction, magnetic attraction. So do not try and lead with force, because a lot of the time it doesn't work. It can work in some ways, but if we use attraction rather than force, it will work much better for us because it comes natural to us. So now let's talk about aligned goal setting. Create a vision that aligns with your values. Build success that feels good at every level. and also make impact while maintaining balance. So let me tell you about one of my clients. And she came to me as a high-powered executive who was killing it on paper, but at the same time she felt completely disconnected from herself. She had the 6-figure salary, she had the corner office, she had the impressive title, she had it all. On paper she had it all. And there's so many of us who are like that, who have it all on paper, but in real life we're completely disconnected from ourselves. And what Jessica's issue was is that she felt like she was wearing a mask every single day and she hated it. So what we did together was transform her approach, and here's what we did. First of all, we looked at energy alignment. So what we did was reconnected her with her feminine essence. I taught her how to trust her intuition when making decisions, and I taught her how to lead with authenticity, because I feel like in a role like that sometimes you are taught to conform or to put on a mask or to act a certain way, and that's not authentic. So when she changed the way that she was leading and became her authentic self in her leadership, she felt so much better within herself, and the people that she taught, or the people that looked up to her within her role, they kind of warmed towards her a bit more because her authenticity kind of shone and they could feel it. Next, we looked at power alignment. I taught her how to blend both masculine and feminine energies, which we all need to do, whether you're male or female. A woman needs a little bit of masculine energy to have that balance. So that's one of the things that I taught her. We also created new leadership strategies for her, and we worked on building authentic influence. So now let's move on to nurturing your feminine influence. Now let's dive into this wonderful thing called feminine essence. Because here's what nobody tells you. Your feminine energy isn't just compatible with ambition. It's actually your greatest asset in creating success. So here are the 3 pillars of feminine power. 1. Intuitive intelligence, which consists of understanding your energy dynamics, reading between the lines, making decisions from alignment, and trusting your inner guidance. So have you ever been in a situation in business where someone's come to you and they want, say if you're offering a service, and they've come to you and they spoke about the service that they require, you spoke about the money, and something just tells you, no, I can't take this person on as a client. You just have this gut feeling that either they're going to be problems or some sort of bad experience will come out of this relationship. Have you ever felt that? Because I know I have, where I'm like, you know what, I shouldn't take this person on, and you take them on and it's the worst experience of your life. You wish that you just didn't take it on. Have you ever been there? That is intuitive intelligence. When you know, when you have that gut feeling from the get-go, where you either don't trust your gut so you follow it through, or you could be that person that doesn't take it on because you trust your gut. But most of the time, many of us will take it on, and then after we'd be like, yeah, I had a feeling that this would happen. That is intuitive intelligence. And now let's move on to number 2, magnetic presence. So magnetic presence is creating attraction rather than pursuit, building natural charisma, developing authentic influence, and leading through inspiration. And number 3 is emotional mastery. And this is using sensitivity as your strength, navigating relationships skillfully, creating deep connections, and building loyal networks. In real life, emotional mastery is like, you could be, I'm trying to think of an example. You could be navigating a meeting with someone who could be someone you can tell is a bit nervous. And the way you'd use emotional mastery in that situation is by, when they're speaking to you, and once they finish speaking, repeating what they've said, nodding whilst they're speaking to let them know that you're listening. The tone of voice that you use, using a calm tone of voice. Those are things that are linked to emotional mastery. Knowing how to draw somebody in, knowing how to calm somebody's nerves, knowing how to create a lasting relationship just from one conversation. So in meetings, knowing how to hold space powerfully, reading room dynamics, leading through influence, and creating collaborative success. And you can also use this in negotiations, and here's how. Use feminine energy to your advantage, create win-win situations, maintain your power center, and build long-term relationships. So now let's move on to cultivating confidence and empowerment. So now you understand the foundation. So now let's talk about how to maintain this delicate balance in your daily life. So what I'm going to do now is share my complete power system with you. So get a pen, get a piece of paper so you can take notes. So let's talk about the ambitious feminine framework. The number one is morning power practices, and this is the energy alignment ritual. So you have 5 minutes of feminine movements. You do your power pose sequence, which you should all know by now. You do your energy field clearing, so that could be your meditation time. And then you do your success visualization. So now we're going to move on to intention setting. So you do your daily power statements, which could be, today I am going to successfully complete whatever it is that you've got to complete, or today is going to be a wonderful day, or wonderful things are going to happen today. That could be your daily power statements. So then you do your energy alignment check. So that could be your breath work. So then next you're going to do your goal visualization. So you visualize your goals. That's quite self-explanatory. And then you do your action planning. So what I want you to do is to put comments in the comments box below and let me know what you do. So now let's move on to number 2, which is throughout your day power shifts. So let's talk about professional presence. So what I want you to do is to maintain your feminine energy in masculine settings. So you could go to a office which is male dominated, which means the masculine energy will be thick, but you have to maintain your feminine energy. Don't conform. Stay in your feminine. You have to know when to shift. And I'm not saying you can't shift into masculine energy, but you have to know when to shift into masculine energy. And when you're doing that, you have to know how to transition in a smooth way. So it's not just straight in your face masculine energy. Do it in a soft, subtle way. And don't forget your power poses and your energy resets. And you can do them anywhere, even if it's a quick 3-second closing your eyes, breathing in deeply, exhaling 3 times. That is your energy reset. So now let's talk about communication mastery. And these can be things such as voice modulation techniques, which I haven't spoke about yet, but will be coming in one of my future videos. Power phrases that maintain femininity, body language secrets, and energy projection methods. So we spoke about body language in previous videos, knowing how to be in the right posture when you're speaking to people. Whether it's in a meeting, whether it's when you're entering a room, just knowing how to position yourself and how to position your body. Because we don't realise that body language is something that people are always reading. People are always reading our body language, even if it's subtle moves. People can pick up on things. As it's called body language. So it's a language within itself. So people can pick up on subtle cues from your body language. So make sure that you are always conscious of what you're doing with your body when you're around people. So now let's move on to number 3, which is advanced self-care integration, which mainly focuses on energy management. For me, it takes me a while to reset my energy. Some people can do it in 3 seconds, but I actually like the 90-second one, which is like 1 minute and 30 seconds. And this can be breathing exercises, which I think works the best. If you just do 90 seconds of breath work, that can literally change your whole mindset, and that's in 90 seconds. So doing deep breathing, breath work is something that all of us should be doing. Also maintaining our energy boundaries. Energy boundaries are something that we should take seriously, because it's so easy for somebody to come into our space and change our energy. It's so easy. It's happened to me many a time. So you have to protect your energy. So you have to ensure that you have energy boundaries and maintain them. And you also should have your own stress transformation techniques, as well as quick feminine reconnection practices, which we'll go into on another video. In this video, you'll notice that I've kind of mentioned so many different things that you're probably thinking, what is that? What is this? But I will touch upon them either in one-to-one consultations or in future videos. If you're sitting back thinking, what is that? Then book a discovery call with me. Book a discovery call. It's free. If you go to my website, thediaryofnaomi.co.uk, you can book a discovery call which lasts about 30 minutes, and we can go over what it is that you need, go over what I feel will help you. So book that call today. So now let's talk about thriving in your ambitions. This is where everything comes together. So let's talk about what it really looks like to thrive in your ambitions as an ambitious feminine leader. So this is where everything comes together. Let's talk about what it really looks like to thrive as an ambitious woman. So let's talk about success principles. So number 1, authentic leadership, which is leading from feminine power, creating collaborative success and building empowered teams. Number 2, strategic feminine intelligence. So that is using intuition in business, reading situations accurately and making aligned decisions. Number 3, energy management, which is about maintaining your feminine core, avoiding burnout and staying in your power. And when you master this, you become a force to be reckoned with. You will thrive in any situation, whether it's work related, whether it's personal relationships, whether it's within your business. All these attributes are feminine attributes that are not used enough in this modern day that we're living in. So if you can reconnect with your feminine energy in all these ways, you would do so well. So let's talk about common challenges and solutions. Number 1, imposter syndrome, which is something that a lot of people suffer from. So within that, you have to know how to handle doubt, maintain confidence and stay in your power. That's how you deal with imposter syndrome. Number 2, professional relationships. Knowing how to set elegant boundaries is a must. Commanding respect and building powerful connections. So number 3, work-life harmony, which is about creating sustainable success, maintaining relationships and nurturing yourself. Self-care is a must and always will be the number 1 thing for me. Once you take care of yourself, every other part of your life will thrive once you've taken care of self first. So if you want to implement these things into your life, what I suggest is firstly having a morning routine, a morning ritual. You can have your morning power ritual, your energy check-ins, your success visualizations and your evening integration. Then weekly planning, that's another thing. So you do goal alignment, energy management, relationship nurturing and self-care schedule. You need to do all those things. I know sometimes it can be hard, but the thing is, a lot of these things don't even take that long to do. I understand because I can be so engrossed in work and forget to do all the little bits and realise that if I did all them little bits, I wouldn't have to be so engrossed in work. So, you know, it's a catch-22, but we need to do it. So here's what I want you to remember. Your ambition is a gift. Your feminine essence is your power, and you don't have to choose between them. So here's some action steps that I want you to take. Start with 1 morning practice. Pay attention to your energy. Trust your intuition and celebrate your successes. That's what I want you to do. That's what I'm setting for you to do. And please do it. The world needs more women that are unapologetically ambitious and deeply connected to their feminine essence, because that's where true power lies. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your biggest challenge in balancing ambition and femininity? Which practices are you going to try first? And what successes have you already experienced? Put those answers in the comment box below, please. Let's start a movement. If you found this video of value, please share, like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. And if you want to dive deeper, like I said, go to my website, thediaryofnaomi.co.uk, and go over to the one-to-one consultations page and book a free discovery call with me, and we can just work on and talk about what it is that you need and see what's best for you. So I'm going to go for now, but firstly I want you to remember that your presence is your power. Bye for now. Mwah.